Hello everybody, welcome to Bunny Hill Horror. I am a heckin' ding dong. The devs reached out to me and were like, hey, wanna play this game? And I was like, hell yeah, dude. They actually reached out and asked if I want to play the second one, but I'm the kind of person that has to play things in order, and if I don't, I will go bananas. So, we're gonna start with the first one. I can't believe I totally forgot. I was so excited. I was so excited to play it, and I was like, oh my god, as soon as the weekend is over, I'm gonna play this game. Y'all, I have the memory of a fucking rat. Alright, let's play, because I do really want to play this game. Devs, please forgive me that I suck bananas when it comes to memory. Alright, welcome to the Bunny Hill Horror. This is an adventure choosing graphic novel game in which you advance by choosing options below this text. Your somewhat meager inventory is displayed by the icons above, which will flash whenever they could be useful. Sorry, guys. Was not planning on recording today. Did I already mention that? That's why there's no webcam, because I'm not gonna get all dressed up on a day I was not planning to. Anyway, once you've had a good check, ring the bell to let the bus driver know you're done. You've arrived at your stop. It's time to get off. Okay. So this is them flashing. You'll get buzzes from our buses. What? Is that the Swedish flag? Or am I an asshole? Got some mail. The letter informs you in no uncertain terms that your friendly local employment office have put themselves out considerably to help you get this interview. And you'd better not present yourself badly or your dole money will be cut off. The letter is more coy about details such as what the work involves and what the salary will be, simply giving you an interview date and time, the contact name of Oswald Mandias, and the somewhat vague job description of research assistant. Okay. Mercia Co. mobile phone. A Mercia Co. Okay. Your voice will go miles with our mobiles. Oh. I'm sorry. Your voice will go miles with our mobiles. Anyway, use this item to check your messages whenever you like. Or add cartoon dog ears to your selfies. The world's your oyster. Or it would be if you had any credit. Alright. Well, what emails do I have? Today from Dave. Aw. Do not forget pub quiz at 7. Clayton Tavern. Or is it 1900 Clayton Tavern? I assumed this was the time, but it doesn't have a colon. Never mind. Some weird rich guy's quizmaster practice. Hurry up and fail your interview. Wow. Claire Bear. Aw, Claire, you're cute. Good luck with your interview. Never give up. You can do it, babes. Don't forget your besties tonight when you're rich and famous. Mine's a double vodka. Lols. Alright. Put phone away. Okay. Ring bell. You step off the bus with the same feeling of gloom and inevitable defeat that you always experience in these situations. Thanks, you say to the driver, who merely registers your cheap suit, grunts, and drives off with the 3 elderly ladies who comprise the only remaining passengers. Oh, who comprise the only remaining passengers this far on the edge of town. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's just so big that my my eyes have to like scan so far. Blind. The lines are hard. Reading is hard, okay, guys? You attempt to whistle a cheery tune, but this gets drowned out by the wind. Okay. At least there's no doubt that you're in the right location. There can't be too many castles in these parts. You cross a small wooden bridge over the stream that runs along the base of the hill and sigh as you gaze up at the monstrosity. Well, time to get this over with. You look up and take strength from the cosmos, and the cosmos responds with the first drops of rain. What direction is the castle? Oh, I see. There can't be that many castles. We haven't spotted it yet. I see. Let's walk west along the stream. Why not? You walk along the stream, which doesn't quite look jumpable, and past a football pitch with rusting goalposts and only the faintest hint of white markings. An old-fashioned scoreboard has the score eternally called as CSKA Clayton 00 Visitor 00. The land progresses into woodland to the west. Your progress, however, grinds to a halt as the ground becomes too marshy to tackle with your shoes, which are now caked in mud and threatening to send your legs flying off in any variety of directions, or simply trap them altogether. It's no wonder CSKA don't score many goals, you feel. Let's go north up the hill. There's so many ways to go. You're halfway up the hill, clockwise from your starting position. You hear but can't see signs of traffic, while further down is a football pitch. The woodland to the north and west is cut off by a simple wire fence with steel posts, which run down the southwest and seemingly right to the top. It looks easily climbable. Run down to this. Okay. Go east around hill. Oh, look, a castle. There's no path up the hill, and your best, smartest shoes prove to be hazardous companions on the muddy quest. You just about keep your balance from the umpteenth slip, and then notice the view of the town's suburbs, which flickers a spark of joy within you. Less welcoming is the sight of a man standing on the bridge, who's dressed in black and doesn't look as though he has any plans to move. The metal fence to your east doesn't look welcoming either. He's standing on the bridge. Let's keep going up the hill. You reach the top, panting and muddy, but feeling a real sense of achievement as Bunny Hill Castle looms above you. You think you see a figure through the open, arched doorway. Enter castle. Smart glasses there, bud. Looks almost exactly like a pair I used to own. Aha, we have letter. You enter the antechamber to be greeted by a besuited woman sat behind a desk. You've certainly had better greetings, you consider, as she looks you up and down for an uncomfortably long time. Service entrance is round the side, she hisses before returning to her paperwork. Two things strike you as odd about the room. One is how secure it is. The only way beyond the woman is cut off by a hefty-looking bolted door. The second curiosity is a gold nameplate on the desk which reads Daisy Fluffington. How's it going, Daisy? She regards you with a look of pure hate. That's Miss to you. Okay, how's it going, Miss Fluffington? Just Miss, she snaps. Daisy shuts her eyes and takes several deep breaths. Remember, she continues, I'm the one who decides whether you get this job, or whether your dull scrounging money gets cut off, and a sinister smile appears. I really hope you do get it. What is this place? By this place, you of course mean Bunny Hill Castle, do you not? She waits for you to answer and interrupts you as soon as you open your mouth. It's a beacon of hope to us all, a lighthouse in this sordid and corrupt country. It may be new, but will soon become the past and the future combined. Daisy's declamation ends with her arms outstretched for several seconds, as if waiting for a round of applause. You cough politely and think of something else to do. Who's Oswald Mandias? Mr. Mandias is a great man. He's the bedrock of this community, a man of the people and a true visionary. You should consider it an immense privilege to be working for him, even if it will be in an extremely low role. Okay. I see, she says, taking your letter and checking it against a sheet of paper. You're sure she's chosen at random? Well, I suppose you are the general caliber of applicants the employment ministry seem to be shoveling on us these days. Now, if you'd like to surrender your mobile, or tablet, or cloud, or whatever idiot machines your kind carries these days, we shall proceed. There's a bin here. You can follow me inside. Surrender my phone. Throwaway phone. Honestly, throwaway phone. Very good. Then we shall begin. Daisy opens a drawer and waves numerous sheets of paper vigorously in the air. This is the application form, the official government approved form. It complies with the Interior Ministry guidelines, gender equality, and data protection protocols, the Declaration of Helsinki, and probably the Warsaw Bloody Pact. Sure. Now, which gender do you identify with? Are you male, female, transgender, non-binary, or do you simply not wish to disclose such sensitive information? She rips up the sheet and makes a show of examining another. What? That's so weird. Disabilities. Are you dyslexic? Dyspraxic? What? I don't know what that is. Did your daddy never love you? Are you colorblind, gluten intolerant, or are you just a complete dunce who couldn't find your arse with both hands? If so, we get brownie points for giving you the job you don't deserve. Isn't that nice and progressive? Let's keep it simple instead, shall we? She scrunches up all but one sheet of paper and lays this in front of you. What is your name? Pat McGroin. I'm not going to write that, but I want to. Excellent, says Daisy. Now, if that task hasn't exhausted you too much, we'll just move on to... She stops, and you notice that a figure has quietly... Hello, creep. I like your coat. Do I get one if I work here? Who's coughing? Stop it. She stops, and you notice that a figure has quietly entered the room. This is the new applicant, sire. Daisy's voice instantly loses its razor edge and takes on a breathy tone. You know, another of the employment ministry referrals. Excellent. The new arrival's voice is deep and silken, and he has a gleam in his eye as he walks over and lays a hand on your shoulder. It's always a pleasure to welcome new arrivals into our happy team. You look like a good, trustworthy local sort. We must show you the ropes, Miss Fluffington. Would you lock up, please? Of course, sire. Okay. I will follow you. We don't have the letter or our phone anymore. I just realized that. You're led through a round torchlit corridor and into a stately parlor which smells of sawdust and paint. Sorry, another yawn! It's still fairly early in the morning for me. I was just doing like computer work when I remembered this, and I was like, I'm gonna play it right frickin' now. No time like the present, huh? I'm going to mute the clock noises on my end. Sorry, you guys still have to deal with it. Well, unopened boxes. Wait, did I already read this? Torchlit corridor, smells of sawdust paint, while unopened boxes give the sense of a new space waiting to be filled. Despite this, the tastes are very old-fashioned, as if reading your mind the bang begins. The old and the new, both have much to learn from each other, do they not? My company has come a long way through advances in communication, database management, and pharmaceuticals. But what does it all mean if the values of the past are forgotten? Chivalry. Oh my god. Chivalry. Okay. Jesus. Oh, I want to start again because now the flow is gone, but okay, class, breeding, these cannot be lost. I was bred for success, but I still find time to host my quizzes at the local tavern. Fraternizing with the serfs is what keeps a true leader down to earth. Okay. On the wall hangs a painting, while newspaper lies on the table by the gentleman. Examine painting. You wander up to the painting to get a closer look. I do beg your pardon, says Ozymandias. Do you believe you're a guest in my castle, free to peruse my valuable artworks and trinkets? Your understanding is erroneous. Now go and attend to your duties. Oh, okay. So what do you want me to do? For now, your job will be very simple. The household will be attending the local tavern where I will be hosting the quiz and making a very important announcement. Your first task will be to keep an eye on the castle till we return. Maybe. Yawns! I'm so sorry. He vaguely waves an arm around. Sort out the library. Or help Len feed our pets. Yes, that should do. But you never mentioned a night shift. I meant to be going to that pub quiz too. Well, I can quickly solve your problem. It's invitation only, so you would not be allowed in. However, you do have an invitation from the Ministry of Employment to do what I tell you to. Well then. Can I have my phone back? You mean, can you have my phone back? Wait, you did not purchase the phone outright, but hired it on a rolling lease. This is a Mercia Co. phone, and I am the King of Mercia. Honestly, you can always rely on the young not to bother reading the terms and conditions. Okay. I'm gonna read some newspaper. I cannot believe what I am saying, says Oswald, who appears to have no desire to share his newspaper with you. If this insubordination continues when your lackadaisical attitude will need to be beaten out of you, do not hit me. Serfs? There's no shame in being a serf. However, too many of your kind fall victim to the bombardment of lies from the television and internet. You think you'll make millions without lifting a finger when you end up as benefit scroungers, ladies of the night, or one of the drug-addled zombies that shame our city centers and give lie to the promises of the modern world. But you're different, I can tell. You'll be a loyal soldier and will take pride in the cause. You've joined myself, Oswald Mandias, and Mercia Co. at a very exciting time. We're making big changes. Not just to keep the shareholders happy or to improve our media buzz, but to change the very tide of history. Okay. I will leave. You're in the corridor which circles around the ground floor of the castle. Some of the rooms don't look quite ready yet, but the ones that do have gold plates on the wooden doors. A spiral staircase leads up to the first floor, but its descent is blocked until the builders can finish the job. A painting adds some color to the torchlit walls. Enter the library. We're supposed to fix that up, right? The library appears to be a work in progress, featuring a bookcase containing a single slim leather volume which somehow stands upright in the middle of its shelf. On the floor are 3 big cardboard boxes, one of which is open, a painting which sits at the foot of the wall patiently waiting to be hung up, and a glass-fronted frame containing 2 newspaper clippings. Okay. Examine the boxes. The only open box contains a selection of books with a typed note which reads, Mr. Mandias, thank you for your purchase of Instalibria, a real leather-bound books. Jesus. All coated with wispy gray dust effect for the genuine appearance of classy expertise. No lawyer's study, private medical practice, or upmarket gentleman's club is complete without it. Now contains multi-sized volumes of lorem ipsum filler text for those hard-to-fill gaps. Lorem ipsum. So I actually looked this up not that long ago. I didn't know what it was. It's just make-believe Latin. It doesn't mean anything. It's just filler text. Gotta stay hydrated, kids. Let's read a book. You take a volume of poetry and flip it open at random. It reads, She left the web, she left the loom. She made 3 paces through the room. She saw the water lily bloom. She saw the helmet and the plume. She looked down to Camelot. Out flew the web and floated wide. The mirror cracked from side to side. The curse has come upon me, cried the Lady Shallot. The Lady of Shalott by Alfred Tennyson, 1832. I could read more. You flip open a random page from the same book. It reads, There's a one-eyed yellow idol to the north of Kathmandu. There's a little marble cross below the town. There's a broken-hearted woman, tends the grave of mad Carew, and the yellow god forever gazes down. The Green Eye of the Little Yellow God by John Milton Hayes, 1911. Alright, well, examine painting. An inscription below the painting reads, Hylos and Nymphs by J.W. Waterhouse. Alright, examine bookshelf. The only book on display has a leather dust jacket with golden writing which reads, Clayton Sewage Committee Minutes. Oh my god. 1968 through 69. Of course this would be the first choice of any self-respecting library, you think. Let's read up on sewage. You try to take the sewage book, but it appears somehow stuck. Then it jolts slightly towards you with a clunk, a whirring noise that makes you step back, and you realize the bookshelf has shifted to one side, revealing a dark passage behind. You hope all the puzzles are this easy. Let's examine the newspaper cuttings before we go. You peruse one of the newspaper clippings that take pride of place in a glass-coated picture frame. It is from the Mercia Sentinel, dated from last week. The much-anticipated Bunny Hill Castle yesterday opened its doors as a new hub of high-tech industry, culture, and leadership. Ow, I hurt myself. I've been popping my fingers way too much lately, and it is doing me an ouchie. Oh, no. Wait, okay. So I noticed this number in the bottom left corner of the screen, and I wondered about it, and I was fine with it, but it has changed, and so now I'm wondering if this is, you know, like a choose-your-own-adventure novel, where it's like, turn to page 60 if you choose this choice, you know? Which would imply that there's over 1,000 pages, which is a lot. It's just so unexpectedly a lot. Alright. Upon the hilltop with its commanding views of North Staffordshire, celebrated entrepreneur and philanthropist Oswald Mandias was in high spirits as he greeted the visiting dignitaries and public supporters. It gives me great pride to declare this wonderful building open to all, he declared. No longer will our fair region languish in the shadows, but now will be a beacon shining brightly on the international stage. Proceedings took a sour turn as a small number of virtue-signaling protesters tried to interrupt the occasion. Fortunately, security personnel and their dogs were on hand to mete out justice. To celebrate the building's launch, the Mercia Sentinel is giving away tickets to next week's celebratory pub quiz at the Clayton Tavern, usually only available to friends of Mr. Mandias. And see our job section for new handyman, domestic and research assistant positions based in the castle. Okay. Oh, we could read another article. The other article is also from the Mercia Sentinel, dated 2 months ago. Staffordshire businessman Oswald Mandias scored a resounding victory yesterday in Parliament when his bill to relax good clinical practice (GCP) guidelines were passed by 5 votes. GCP, which was previously the international standard for clinical research, has been seen by many to be unwieldy and counterproductive. This is a great day for healthcare, declared Mr. Mandias. For too long, well-meaning companies like Mercia Co. have had our hands tied by red tape and antiquated regulations such as GCP. I ask you, if you or a loved one were dying of a complicated illness, would you not want the drug companies to do everything in their power to save your life?
Have you eaten recently? Have you drank water recently?
Shut up, phone. There, drink water. Leave me alone. I've known important research trials delayed because a date was in the wrong format. You couldn't make it up. The updated guidelines now allowed for implied consent into clinical trials. Healthcare practitioners to have general rather than specific training. Oh, God. Judging from the articles, you feel you could make a shrewd guess at which celebrated entrepreneur and philanthropist owns Mercia Sentinel. Yeah, he already told us, you goof. Enter passage. You find yourself in a dank and claustrophobia-inducing section of the castle, which is announced as the crypt, both by a gold-plated sign on the walls and several coffins, which stand in stone enclaves beneath you. The northern entrance of the passage leads to the library, while you hear barking and loud banging through the southern door. A hazardous spiral staircase leads downwards. Examine the coffins. Oh, there's a pin code. Watching your step, you descend the stone stairs and read the coffin inscriptions, which appear to have been carved recently. They mainly denote Mandias's ancestors. through the centuries. Others are marked with epitaphs such as unknown God-fearing peasant. Oh, okay. And loyal servant to the kingdom of Mercia. A chink of light flashes from the only metal object down here. It's a 5-digit combination lock attached to a doorway cleverly hidden amongst the coffins. Ascend stairs. Door to the south. Hello there. How on earth do you get a gate to be more creaky? This guy's a mentalist, pure and simple. You don't think the workman has so much as glanced in your direction, but the remark appears addressed to you. You decide to introduce yourself. Hi, I've drenched the joints in boiling water. I've dripped grit down there. Sandpaper, maybe? But then I'd have to take the sodding thing apart again. He'll be asking for more spiderwebs in the crypt next. Wait, he wants the door to be creakier? Yeah, I was gonna say, putting grit into joints is... Okay, so he wants a creakier door. You're in an immaculately cut garden sloping down the hill. It is littered with heavy equipment and gravestones on freshly dug earth. You spot a shed to the east, beside which huge canines lie dormant. The whole enclosure is fenced off. What are you doing? What am I doing? The man gives a theatrical sign and continues in an ironic monotone. My name is Lan. I'm a happy worker currently living in creating a new cemetery. Oh, involved. Why did I say living? I don't know. Maybe it's because I was like getting really into that drawl. There's got to be a cemetery apparently, because that shows the castle has a proud heritage and hasn't just opened last week. I don't even want to know where the bodies came from. Do you really need real bodies? Can you help me? Your second attempt at an introduction is more successful, and the man looks thoughtful as you tell your story. You're the new research assistant then? 3 others started last week when this place opened. I heard them going up and down the steps to the crypt for a few days. Then I didn't hear them again. If I were you, I'd leave and never look back. But you didn't hear that from me. Wish I could help, but they don't let me out either. Tell you what, if you feel like investigating, let me know what you find. Okay. What are these dog things? They're dire wolves, apparently. Some kind of beast that went extinct thousands of years ago. But because they're old, Ozzy thinks they must be noble and wants them back. So he messes about with the DNA to get something almost but not quite right. That sums this whole place up. Rumor is he's scrapping the whole draft project. Good thing too, or we'd be up to our necks in bloody dragons by the end of the week. If you're unhappy, why not leave? Leave? And do what exactly? Join a traveling circus? Compose a grand opera? Play on the wing for Port Vale? I used to work for the council, and that was alright until we got outsourced to this charlatan. Now it's lower pay, worse conditions. The union reps have disappeared, and we have to do whatever old Ozzy tells us. Of course, the taxpayer still foots the bill. Good deal he's got there. Yeah, I'd say so. Go east to the shed. Oh, it made the wolves, Angus. I had a... Nope, never mind. I was gonna say I had a dream about wolves, but no, I made a joke about wolves recently. You are to the east of the under construction graveyard. Fencing topped with razor wire blocks off what you presume to be a private road running down the hill. There's a shed with a note pinned to the door, but the structure is flanked by huge creatures who seem to be only half asleep. The bolts required to open the shed appear unwieldy, and more importantly, as though they'd make a lot of noise to open. A bright red dog bowl lies on the floor. It's marked Fang and Cerberus. How cute, you think? Is there not 3 wolves here? There's 3. What the heck? Okay. I want to read the note, yeah. The note is written on the letterhead Mercia Co paper and scrawled on with black marker pen. To-do list: make fence door creakier, feed monstrosities, arrange books in library, lock up rooms, prepare for drug distribution. I don't think they're gonna like it if I open the shed door. You die. Well, you can't say you weren't warned. The gap between your loud and clumsy attempts to unbolt the shed and you being ripped to shreds by the dire wolves was barely a few seconds, and you never stood a chance. Now, there are a few ways to die in this game compared to your previous one, witches and bandits and swords. Oh my, go play it, it's good. Okay, maybe. But you still managed to find one. So I suppose that's an achievement of sorts. Try again. Okay. Go west to cemetery. And let's go back to the crypt. Let's go to the library. And the castle corridor. Okay. Let's go to the parlor. Okay, you return to the parlor to find Oswald lounging on the sofa. He reads a broadsheet newspaper and regards you from the corner of his eye. A painting hangs on the wall. Ooh. Oh, this is where he took us before. I see. Let's just leave. Right, okay. Climb stairs. You're in the upstairs corridor of Bunny Hill Castle. The doors are marked with gold plates. Daisy Fluffington. What? What? How do you say that? Elfilade Mendias and Mendias? Oh, geez. The staircase leads further up, but again, this will need more work before it can be climbed. Another painting decorates the area. Examine painting. Oh, geez. An inscription beneath the painting reads, "The Blessed Guillaume de Toulouse, tormented by demons by Ambrose Fredo, 1790. Okay. Enter Daisy's room. With some trepidation, you enter Daisy's room to be greeted with a cloying smell of sickly perfume. Hundreds of eyes gaze at you as you enter, which you quickly attribute to a sizable doll collection that lines the walls. The rest of the room is also a mess, with clothes strewn over the floor and bottles of pill on top of the dressing table and surrounding carpet. Examine pill bottles. You check the bottles. There are potions and lotions for everything from dermatitis to iron deficiency to insomnia. One bottle that might come in useful is labeled Dreamy, Sleepy, Nighty, Snoozy Snooze. Okay, I saw this take sleeping potion. I assumed that our character was gonna like drink it. But we could probably take it and feed it to the dogs. As you pocket the sleeping draught, you hear rapid footsteps and a loud bang from behind. This probably isn't good. What in the name of Christ are you doing in my room? Demands Daisy. Is this the same Daisy? Well, I got lost and you begin, but Daisy isn't interested and grabs your arm, dragging you to the door. Get out, now. I will stay here for the present to ensure that you do not violate my area again. She pushes you out and slams the door in your face. At least you got the potion, you consider. Let's go to there. Oh, hello. What a coy look you got there, lady. You enter the room and immediately jump. I'm sorry, you begin. I was just The semi-naked woman sat on the floor, keeps still just long enough to let your discomfort grow, and then grins. Meditation, she says. It's very stressful living in the modern world. That's what Daddy always says. She then puts on a comically deep voice. Mark my words. They have machines to think for us. Next, they'll have machines to live for us. Silly, really. Although, maybe he has a point. Anyway, I'm Elf. Thanks for stumbling in. I expect you're with the KKK. What? The KKK? What? Yes, that can be a bit confusing, can't it? The other 3 research assistants are called Kevin, Karen, and Katie, so the KKK. Clever, isn't it? Please tell me your name begins with K. Actually, no, don't. That would spoil it. KKKK isn't a thing. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen any of them. Still, I suppose Daddy has them hard at work somewhere or another. Yeah, that. I don't think you're as funny as you think you are, Elf. Tell me about Ostrithe. Ostrithe? Oh, you mean Sissy Faye? Okay. Okay, that's good. Thanks. I don't know what's happened to her. Oh, I didn't... When did we get our phone back? Okay. She looks nervously at you as her speech speeds up. I mean, she was here 1 minute, and I'm sure she's around. I'm sure she hasn't run off, and she was acting a bit secretive, and maybe she's run off. You make a show of breathing slowly through your nose, and she copies you. Oh, yes. She's Damar's meditation. That's right. I know she's around somewhere. If you find her, could you take a photo and send it to me? I'd love to, you say, but that fluffy woman took my phone. Fluffy woman, she laughs. I like that. Not to worry. You can have Daddy's decked phone. D-E-C-T phone. He's going to host the pub quiz tonight, so he won't take it. He likes to pretend he doesn't have a phone himself. Silly man. Hit me up on 12-16-9 when you need to. Can you get me out of here? Get out of here. I can barely remember the code for the front door. I usually just ask Daisy. If you do make it outside and get in my good books, I might let you leave Bunny Hill for a couple hours. After all, I suppose I'm technically your boss now, aren't I? And that means you have to follow absolutely any order I give you until I'm satisfied. Okay, let's approach her. She says. You can stay in the doorway for now, or I'll get on the DECT phone, and Big Bad Bob will be straight up here. Can't have just anybody wandering in when I'm so helpless. That's only for special friends. Okay. Could enter phase room. You enter the room of the curiously named Ostrithe. The walls are sparse, and everything is tidy to the point where it doesn't appear this bedroom is even being lived in. A bed and a bedside table comprise. Why do I keep reading that word as compromise? Jesus. Comprise the only two pieces of furniture in the room. Okay. My jaw actually is getting really sore from talking. So I'm gonna take a break. And next time on Dragon Ball Z. No, somebody just made that joke to me, and anyway, I'm gonna end the episode. Make sure you stretch, drink some water, take care of yourselves, and I'll see y'all on the next one, alright? Bye!